I'm Ryan Milton from Team Flex. Today, we're going to be looking at some pro card winners from the NPC USA in the wellness division. If you are someone who is trying to figure out what is winning pro cards in wellness, you want to win a pro card in wellness, you want to do better on any wellness stage, this video will absolutely help you as we're going to review the criteria. We're going to dive pretty deep into what is winning and ultimately what you need to be doing to be your best competitor on stage. That's what I do on this channel all the time, by the way. So if you're new here, subscribe, hang out. We got a lot more coming, and I got a tons and tons of old videos that would probably help you too. So check all of that out. Okay, so again, NPC USA. This is our overall winner, Brandy. She's from Class A. So she won not only her class at this event, she also won the overall. That means she won over all the other competitors here. That should mean overall that we are looking at the most accurate wellness criteria from that event. So, wellness, as we know, it's our lower body dominant division. A lot of muscle here, a lot of dominance in the lower body. It has to look asymmetrical to what is going on up top, and we do see that across the board here. So let's look at the front pose, and we'll go through that, and then we'll go into the back, and we'll talk a little bit more about exactly what judges are looking for. So when it comes to the shoulders, you want to make sure that you're going to have, a little bit of that roundness, a little bit of that fullness there, a little bit of that density, no doubt. You got to have it. Just that slight rounding effect to the shoulders. Okay, you don't want to get too big. Some wellness comparisons get too big in the shoulders and get these big, like figure-esque cannonball looking delts. That's bad news. Brandy, she has that good shape. She has a little bit of that fullness in the deltoid, front delt, lateral delt, rear delt. We'll see from the back here in a minute. And that is what creates this upper body structure. Okay, judges next are looking for this V tapered look. They want to see a good taper in at the midsection that creates that V taper classic kind of, wellness look here. It's important to note that the upper bodies in bikini and wellness should look pretty similar as far as torso goes, as far as all of that, everything from the waist up. In other words, it was really created to be the lower body dominant. Women's division is the only asymmetrical women's division, period. So she has a very good overall tapered look in that torso, very good balance of the muscle groups up top. And we look lower body wise, we can very clearly see why this division is again dominant and it's wellness. So glutes from the front, as I always say, when you start seeing the glutes in the front pose, you know it's a wellness competitor here, because that is a lot of glute density in the upper glute, the overall glute development there, good sweeps from the quads, fullness and balance. Brandy really has all of that locked down. Conditioning wise in this division, it should be very similar to bikini. Which means it's a softer level of condition. However, wellness competitors often do appear a little bit leaner, and that's not because they are. It's actually because they have just more muscle, right? When you have more muscles in the quads, and the legs, and in the glutes and everything here, you're going to see a lot more of that separation and all of that start to come through. So she really does have a lot of that look, and it really does tie together quite well for her. From the back, we will see Brandy again brings a very slam dunk wellness-esque look here. Good overall shoulder shape from the back, that roundness, that fullness I talked about. However, it's not too much. It's not distracting. It's not deterring. Great taper in at the midsection. And the lower body is really what takes the show here, as it does across the board in wellness, where we see a lot of quad sweep and a heavy quad density. That's all muscle. That's all development. That's a lot of muscle in this lower body. Hamstrings, you'll be able to see those as well. Slight separation from the glute hamstring tie in here. And then the upper glute, overall glute development in this division is a lot. That's why you get this 3D effect to the glutes. It's just so much glute development at this point in this division that it's wellness for those reasons, if none other. Brandy has a very locked down look. She brings that through. She wins this class, wins that overall. Going into the pro league, I like to give everybody a little bit of feedback. She's gonna probably need to upsize a little bit more, add even a little bit more to the shoulders here, a little bit more to the glutes and the quads and everything else. That's really what happens when you get to the pros. You start to have to just continuing to level up the muscle, hence the term bodybuilding, folks. That's what we're doing. All right, Megan here. So Class A, she took second place in Class A. She won her pro card there, as many events, NPC USA, NPC Nationals, where if you place top 2 in your class, you will still win a pro card. So that's important to note. She has, again, a very wellness-esque look. So let's take a look at it. We can see good shoulder shape from the top. Overall, just that roundness, that fullness, that density to the deltoids, not a deterring, bit from the bicep and the tricep. Great taper in at the midsection, good amount of muscle, good tapering, good structure overall. And then we get to the lower body and you go, okay, very clearly, yet again, a wellness competitor. So glutes from the front, upper glute fully developed, glutes all the way rounded out and developed. So much so that you see them in a front pose, which is not the focus here. So Megan really locked down that look and just brought a ton of glute development, big quad sweeps, a lot of fullness lower body. This is what judges want to see in the wellness division. Very clear, overall different separations from these groups of athletes. Bikini does not look like wellness. Fit model does not look like wellness. Wellness looks like wellness, right? And that's what we see. So from the back in wellness division, this is typically where we get to see again the biggest, difference in these divisions and what you can really take home as the key to wellness, which is that lower body dominance, right? If you start to get distracted by upper body, that means that athlete has done too much. They need to downsize, probably need to bring that a little bit of a different way for her. She's got a really good look here from the back because her deltoids do not overpower. It's all glutes, all quads, all hamstrings from the back here. So upper glute development, totally on point. That roundness, that fullness, judges look for it. They're going to be wanting to see it. And it's something that you got to make sure you have if you want to be your best wellness competitor. The overall development that pulls into a tie-in, that comes from having a lot of glute development mixed with hamstring development at proper stage level condition. So really locking down that look, bringing that through. Hamstring development and quads from the back here. Again, it's crazy how wellness competitors, they have these kind of like opposing muscle groups we see from the back. Like we shouldn't be able to see her quads from the back, but we can because there's so much muscle there, right? They're so heavy and so dense that you do just see it. Megan really killed it. She brought it in, wins that pro card, and no doubt, very slam dunk wellness-esque look. Again, for her, probably what she needs to focus on into the pro leagues is going to be, bringing up her glutes just a bit, add a little bit more size and shape to that upper glute overall to match her quads, match her hamstrings. It is a little bit, just a tad different there in the balance. I think enhancing that a little bit would help her a lot. Probably also adding just a little bit more of the overall density to the shoulders there, because the pro leagues, they do tend to again run wild. And that's the crazy thing about all these competitors, right? They win their pro card and now they're at the bottoms of the pro leagues and they got to climb those ranks to continue to go up, right? So all right, Class C winner here, Andressa. What we can see, again, a lot of similarities, some clear differences, but it's all wellness. It's all there, right? So we can see that she has good overall shoulder structure here. That roundness, that fullness, great taper in. It keeps, again, you're starting to see a trend here. All these wellness athletes are winning their pro cards with a good balance in the upper body and a great taper in the midsection. Not overdone, not too big, not too small, just right. The fullness, the roundness to the shoulders, great taper in at the midsection, and clearly dominant lower body. So what we can see here, tons of glutes again from the front. Her upper glute is very, very developed. Overall glute density, is there. Quad balance and structure is there. Everything's in good symmetry. Conditioning's on point. It's not too lean. It's not too soft. She really does nail that look. It's a lockdown look here. She wins this pro card. No freaking doubt. From the back, what we can see, a little bit of that shoulder shape here, just about what you want to see in wellness. Remember, we don't want that upper body to take over. Good taper in. Lower body, a lot of upper glute, just like I said from there. Good overall glute structure, pretty solid tie-in pulling through. Good balance here between the quads and the glutes and the hamstrings. What I see on her physique for improvements is, a little bit of a different from what we saw with Megan just a minute ago, where we can see maybe wanting to add a little bit more density to the quads and hamstrings to match her very developed, very full glutes. That is, again, what judges are really looking for in wellness division is a great balance between the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes. So even though you want to be asymmetrical, upper to lower, you want to make sure you have really good symmetry in these muscle groups in the lower body for sure. And she, Andressa, she really got that, locks it down. Congratulations on winning that pro card. Keep in mind, all the athletes we're looking at in today's video are pro card winners. Very exciting stuff. If you want help with anything, okay, you need to figure out what you're trying to do with your wellness physique. You need training splits, you need workouts, you need nutrition, you need posing, whatever it is. Come do my free training experience, right? This is free right here. teamfflex.com/7-day trial. Type it in. You can train with me free for 7 days. Not only do I do these videos and these channels and this content for you, I also am a coach. I've done it very successfully for many, many years, and it's all that I do. And I'd love to help you too. So come over there, check it out. You don't get charged. You're not putting payment info in. It doesn't happen. Nothing like that. It's literally a totally free experience that I give back to the bodybuilding community for allowing me to be able to do this as my career. And also because I just get immense immense amounts of feedback from competitors that say how helpful the trial really was to them in their journey to stage, whether it be for improvement season, for building, or prep, or peak week, or whatever it is, posing. I got you. Come over here, check it out, type it in on your phone. It takes you 30 seconds. You put your email in, you could be in my training app talking to me in the next 5 minutes. All right. I hope you are. Let's take a look here now. Okay. So, Class C, second place winner here, pro card winner. She went and got her pro card here as well, and we got a very clear, wellness look on her again as well. So Emily here, she's really got a solid, good structure to the shoulders, not overdone, not too much, good taper in at the midsection. Her biceps and triceps do not deter from her physique. They're not too developed, not too distracting. We see a good line in the midsection. However, it's not too lean, not too soft, and great lower body structure here. Again, big sweeps in the quads, a lot of fullness, glutes from the front, upper glute development, everything that ties in to showcase, okay, that's a very wellness-esque physique. And, it is really balanced. It is really good structure in the lower body, and it really does showcase very, very well. From the back, this is where we always get to see the full story, and we can see it here yet again. Just a slight bit of that rounding from the delts. Perfect. Good taper in at the midsection there. Lower body, she's got a lot of quad sweep, a lot of hamstrings, good overall glute development, good overall tie-in. Everything is complete and there and locks it in. This is what judges want to see on the wellness stage, especially for winning, a pro card. If that's your goal, you want to win a pro card, you want to lock down these looks and make sure you really have them. For her improvements moving forward, better balance, I would say, between the glutes, quads, and hamstrings. She's got really heavy quads and really heavy hams. It kind of overpowers the glutes just a little bit. So probably bringing up some more of that upper glute, overall glute development, pull that tie in through, a little bit more. That's going to be really her ticket going to the pro leagues, continue to advance, continue bring through, a very competitive wellness look. One more competitor I want to look at here today. And, I can always do more of these videos. If you like this, you want to see more, check it out, comment it down below. I will do it. I will bring them to the channel. Okay. So Class D, she took second. Josie here, she wins that pro card in wellness. Let's take a look. So a little bit more, muscle in the upper body here. Still a great taper in at the waist. Good overall shoulder development. Ties in really well to everything. And, very lower body dominant here yet again with glutes from the front. A lot of upper glute structure, good quad sweeps. Everything comes together. You'll start to notice that all the pros we're talking about in this video today do have similar looks. And that's because they're all turning pro. They're all right on the key with what they need to be looking like to do, the pro card, to achieve, to win the pro card at that point. So again, she had just a little bit more of that shoulder structure here from the back and the front, but not a big deal because it really doesn't hurt anything. Still great taper in, and clearly her lower body is very developed. The glutes are very full. Upper glute fullness is there. Tie-ins pulling through, and good balance between the quads and the hamstrings, right? For her, I would suggest, just developing out the lower body more to make it more dominant compared to what's going on up here, because she does just look a tad bit more symmetrical. However, it's still very complete, very wellness look, locked in, locked down. One thing we could note too is the abs here. A lot of competitors ask me, do you need six-pack abs? She's got this from being how lean she is. It's not something you need. Some athletes have it, and it's great, and it doesn't hurt their physique. Some athletes have that, and it's too much, and it can hurt their physique, right? So you gotta really know what's gonna fit best on your physique, what's gonna look best on stage, and ultimately, compete, get your feedback, listen to your coach, folks, and see where you're gonna go. So that's it for Wellness Pro Card look here. A lot of pro winners, a lot of great physiques. Congratulations to all these ladies, and it gives you a very good insight for all you viewers out there. If you want to get a pro card, you want to do your best at your first show, whatever it is you're trying to do, this is what is winning in wellness across the board. And if you need help, again, I told you, but I'll tell you one more time, free coaching experience. Come train with Coach Rye, free for 7 days. All right. See you on the other side. Type it in. I'll be talking to you in 5 minutes. Coach Rye is out.